Hallihallo, hier ist euer T.H.Horse und willkommen zu einem neuen Let's Play. Warum ein neues Let's Play? Ja, ich wollte mal was anderes sehen. Das andere werde ich auch noch weiterführen, aber ich wollte eigentlich mal auch mal was anderes machen. Und zum Glück ist genau gleichzeitig dieses unglaublich tolle Spiel rausgekommen. Ein paar von euch kennen es vielleicht sogar schon. Das war nun ein Mod gewesen jetzt vorher, jetzt haben sie jetzt zu einem ganz eigenen Spiel gemacht. Und ich freue mich unglaublich, das so zu spielen. Sprache ist auf Englisch, naja, man kann es nicht auf Deutsch stellen, also wenn ihr es unbedingt auf Niederländisch hören wollt oder so. Und ja, also ich weiß nicht, was mich erwartet, oder ich weiß halbwegs, was mich erwartet. Und ich freue mich schon so unglaublich. Und machen wir gleich mal Start.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, das war das Intro gewesen. Das kenne ich noch aus dem alten. Ein wenig. Und es sieht im Vergleich zum alten wesentlich besser aus. Das ist jetzt eine High-End-Grafik, aber darum geht es ja auch gar nicht in dem Spiel. Und wieso stehe ich? Ich wollte sitzen bleiben. Hallo? Ich wollte nicht aufstehen. I have a call. Ich will hier irgendwas klicken. Klicken? Kann ich nichts klicken? Wieso liegen hier Papiere rum? Ich dachte, ich mache nichts anderes, als aus diese komische Tastaturknopf drücken. Und Kaffee. I hate Mondays. Gut, dass wir Donnerstag haben.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Wie geil.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
Ehrlich jetzt, das ist geil. Also, da hat mich das Spiel jetzt schon. Ich habe nur aus Spaß, als das Spiel geladen hat, mir die Achievements angeguckt.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417? Where is 417? Nein. Was sieht noch aus, wenn ich hier weiterklicke? Aber die geht eine Zahl weiter. Hier, es geht wirklich zurück. 420, 425. Da.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
What? Hier.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere. Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
Okay. 550. Wo ist die 550? 16? 15!
Now, back to door number 437.
Mein Gott. Ja, der jagt mich gerade her. Das ist so geil. Oh Gott. Ich liebe das Spiel jetzt schon. Oh, stell mal den Alarm
Let's see.
an.
How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
The copy machine? Where's the copy machine? There's the copy
All
machine.
right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
417?
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
Oh, I can't jump.
Yes! This is great! You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that. All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416. We've almost got it! Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Ich liebe den Narrator, der ist so toll.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430! Yes! We did it! Oh, wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley. Nothing could hold you back. Yes, I'm very proud of how far we've come today. Just think, only a few minutes ago you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks. Really now, what were you thinking?
Oh, das Spiel ist awesome. Es geht nicht anders zu sagen, also das ist awesome. Was steht auf der Taste? I like work. Just hate my boss. Okay. Und da steht Ile drauf. Smile? Oder Smile? Smile vielleicht. Smile. Das ist... Who farted? Ja, okay. Wasn't me. Schon wieder I hate Mondays. Also, es ist wirklich nicht mal den Bildschirm auszumachen. Das ist doch meine Taste, oder? Ich komme nicht mehr rein. Oh, ich komme nicht mehr in mein Zimmer rein. Wollte ich zurückgehen und gucken, ob vielleicht wieder was auf der Taste auf dem Bildschirm steht? Ah! Aus, mach beim Aus. Okay. Belegen wir uns nicht, was auf dieser Taste stand. I hate Mondays. Wieso ist da eine Leiter? Na egal. Kommt eh nicht rein. Da sitzt eine Tasse auf dem Stuhl. Was ist da im Hintergrund? Sales in this quarter.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Ich mag es nicht, wenn mir jemand sagt, was ich tun soll. Muss ich zurück? Nein. Left. Nein, tut mir leid. Closed.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yay, die Lounge. Oh,
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
no, I'm going.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ah, okay. Ich soll hier rein. Der Raum sieht aber viel spannender aus. Yay.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Cool. Blueprints. Kann die sogar lesen. Der hat niemand mit Stift und Lineal gemacht, also, wieso gehen alle Türen hinter mir jetzt so? Ah. Muss ich hier rein? Nein. Bin ich in Amazon gelandet? Warning, do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift $5,000. What? What? Okay.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
Yeah!
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yay! I'm so good at this. Fallschaden! Etwas, was ich nicht aus Rogue Legacy mehr kenne. Wieso kann ich hier nichts klicken? Da ist eindeutig jemand in der Leitung.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Awaiting input. Received input received, yes. And what now? Huh. Username access. Ich wollte ihn nicht ausmachen, ich wollte... Na. Yay, das mit dem Typ war toll.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ich will da aber mit... No, rest in peace, Fonts. Okay, meeting room. Floor 4XX. Cabal plan. Okay. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Ongoing. Who moved my desk? Wie geil. Okay. Nee. Cool. Ja, also ich glaube, die sind einfach alle gefeuert worden. Weil so wie die ganzen Balken nach unten gehen, heißt es einfach, die haben nichts mehr verdient. Mysterium geklärt. Kann ich jetzt zurück in meinen Raum? Oh, ich will meinen Raum zurück. Post Review Review. Post Review Review? What? Work harder, hard worker. Okay. What do people want? Things. Happy feelings. Mike James, you are fired. Money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Crafts? Crafts about things and money. We have our new product. Oh god. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Wo ist... Wo ist der? Ah! Da! Da ist er. Okay. To do synergize core value expanded. Shift global market parent. Okay. Monetize free to play. Oh. Close it!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No! Hier ist viel das, ne? Wie heißen die Dinger?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Shut up!
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Wieso ist die Tür gerade zugegangen?
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Ich kann nicht springen,
I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Ich hoffe, ich rede nicht so. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Red line. Fire hose. Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment, for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? The doors close automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. "I'm dreaming!" he yelled. "This is all a dream." Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Right?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Ja. Oh. Ich kann gar nichts dazu sagen. Ja. Interessantes Ende. Und das Ende nehme ich dann auch als Ende für die erste Episode. Für das erste Kapitel. Für den ersten Part von diesem Let's Play. Bevor ich hier jetzt weitermache und dann schaue, was ich für einen anderen Weg gehe. War jetzt einer von mehreren, glaube ich, hoffe ich. Auf jeden Fall bis jetzt ist es total genial. Also es ist lustig, es ist bringt einen zum Nachdenken und das liebe ich an Spielen sowieso. Und deswegen, ich hoffe, es hat euch auch Spaß gemacht, mir zuzusehen beim Spielen. Und ich sage dann auch schon Bye Bye und bis zum nächsten Mal.